ahead of him in the form of Big V, where Big V is able to do just so much more than he's able to draft himself. So we'll find out though. Let's see if DRMZJOSEPH has what it takes to take down someone of the likes of Big V.
Let's do this. Vamos, Joseph. We see the best rank. 17 for Joseph, 19 for Big V. Both of them did somewhat of their study because I see a pre-ban on the Oliver on one side and the Volantis on the other side. DRMZJOSEPH doesn't want to see it. We still know that the cigar might come out, but maybe he waits later for it because he knows fire-heavy units are coming from Joseph's side.
So for Big V right now, I would actually be very comfortable if we saw a Vanessa come out as a first pick for Big V, but it looks like Laura comes out. Laura is super strong, very oppressive unit here that Big V is going to take first.
And to be honest, DRMZJOSEPH is very used to play against this unit, and G3, we know that a lot of players have it. It's very difficult to deal because you can even run it on Violent because the base speed is so high, and we've seen multiple of them on Violent tonight, and outspeeding Swift units, Despair units, etc.
Yep, exactly. So there's that unit that DRMZJOSEPH is very comfortable drafting here. Masha hits the field. Big V looking to respond after seeing both these units here. And it looks like he wants to speed contest. He's going to be taking this Chiwu. One other pick here that Big V is looking to bring, and it is going to be the Kinky. Interesting.
Very interesting. I don't know how this Kinky fits into the comp. Even Joseph's face right there acting kind of surprised. Does that tell you that he's going to bring some sustain right after it? Maybe a Riley, you know, something of that like. Also a Praha fits into that comp versus the Matcha very well. And now he brings a Nanavel. I'm a huge fan of Nanavel in this matchup. There's not a lot of damage on the other side. The sustain, the cleanse, the death break, slows, very good pick.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that Nanavel. In some response there after seeing this Nanavel, you'll probably bring like maybe a cigar, but it's super dangerous. The fire units on the other side of the field. I feel like he's trying to bait out one of those reset units and see the cigar and see the Chung Punk at the field, but Big V doesn't look like he's falling for it. We're going to see a couple more water units come to the field. Looks like a Shizuka and that Water Monkey King.
And we see the Shiho, and I gotta tell you, this Shiho looks like a must ban. You only have one strip on your side. Even if you bring the cigar or the Etna, it's gonna be probably get banned. And then how do you deal with this monkey? The Shizuka pick, like we said, maybe a Shizuka, Rakuni, Riley, anything with sustain would be really good in there. And it can help counter this Anavel and the Cardinal.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I think that Water Monkey King is definitely going to be the ban here. So the problem that DRMZJOSEPH is having, he knows that Kinky is right there. So he kept bringing all these units at AoE, and Kinky is going to be taking advantage of all of that because he needs to deal with that Shizuka, and the Laura is what gets the ban out here.
Ooh, that is very interesting. I don't know. I would have liked either a Monkey King or a Shizuka ban. The cigar ban was kind of telegraphed. He had to ban it, but the question is, does Joseph ruin this more a little bit differently to try to counteract his opponent? Now we know that he can land glancing right now, even on a water unit, and making Moore's life so much more difficult, but misses it.
Yeah, we only get that glancing. He's going to be landing on top of that Connell. There's that big skill, too, coming out of DRMZJOSEPH with the Despair Stun out on that Water Monkey King as well. We've got that skill 3 available, and I do believe he has to use it.
Yeah, he has to use it to enjoy all of the damage that come out from this Masha. I would just go for the kill and gets a proc to remove her from the field. The thing is, there's a problem. The Shizuka is so fast, and I think she comes in with a little bit more attack bar than the Cardinal.
Yeah, that's definitely the move right there to drop that Chew. If you have an opportunity to do that, you have to do it there. We're going to see a first skill looking for a defense break on the Anavel, not receiving it though.
Wait, the slow is in there, but the glancing, and there's a water unit on the other side. This glancing from the Chi was super important. He has to go for the AoE just for damage, but can't apply anything.
So there's that defense break coming out of the Kinky. That's something that DRMZJOSEPH knows he has to worry about. We do have all things on that third skill, and it's going to land all the things as well.
Oof. Now there's a big opening for the Monkey. He can remove a unit from the field. There's 3 options with Death Break. Will we choose to go for the Anavel? Yes, sir. Goes, and she doesn't proc to cleanse. It's ally.
Yeah, 100% the Anavel. I think you go with the skill 2 right now. Try to get some extra damage out there and make sure you're going to hit that Anavel as well. And I think he really is trying to get rid of the Anavel here.
You can remove the Shizuka! Can he resist an AoE stun from this Monkey? Everything comes down to Monkey and Kinky. Gets the stun, a proc! No proc from the Anavel! He really needed that proc, Stoic.
So this Water Monk King is the perfect unit to try and do away with everything DRMZJOSEPH has. So it is not over yet for Big V, but it is looking very good for DRMZJOSEPH still.
Ah, that proc might have sealed it right there. Lady
A really good moment.
RNG says, no, sir. I really liked how the game was looking for Joseph, but the problem is that this monkey just refuses to give up. You have to be very careful right now and play around everything. The Moor doesn't have a passive, and that is a big problem. It's a mountain to climb back, but you know what? Joseph showed like he had a game plan. He executed it correctly. A couple moments in there, you know, that proc, the lack of procs from the Annabelle, no in the match, so yeah, that kind of sealed it.
Yeah, most definitely. He's got the skill 2 available, finishes off the Moor right there, gets that stun. Additional turn does come out there, but it is going to be enough. He's got to worry about those Revengers coming in there, gets that defense break as well. This is a really tough position here for the Masha. The Masha still is mounted, should get dismounted here. Never mind, we've got skills.
Yeah, the Shiho definitely locked down and tells us once again, maybe the Shiho could have gotten the ban, right?
Yeah, 100%. We really thought that Shiho was going to get the ban here. It is a violent Kinky. We're going to keep that in mind. I believe that's the first violent proc we saw from Kinky. But a very commanding victory coming out of Big V in that first round.
Watch out for that Shiho. Newly buffed and ready for action, that Shiho.
Yeah, the dubbed favorite monster from the devs. Keeps
Let's
getting
give him
buffed,
an extra hit.
You know,
Let's let him stun.
Yeah, well, now it's stuns.
Now
Next
it's
will
done.
be like last hit, ignore defense if it crits. No, just kidding.
Additional
I don't have any
damage by
information.
300% on the path.
Let's see how DRMZJOSEPH adapts to the second round. Now that we saw this, Stoic, the lack of strip from his side was what put him against the wall, right? Once you know you can't strip that monkey, it becomes so much more powerful.
Yeah, most definitely. And I like that look that we just saw in DRMZJOSEPH's face here, and he noticed that Hagen getting pre-banned. I feel like he wasn't expecting to see a Hagen pre-ban, and DRMZJOSEPH is going to be taking that Oliver. So I'm curious if banning out that Hagen just means we're going to see something that Big V wants to draft here, where Hagen would have been obviously very impactful what he's going to be drafting.
Yeah, the Oliver coming out, very strong first pick, but you have to pair it with units that open up the field for him, right? We know that Big V has a lot of protection if he wants to. There's other LD units that he hasn't brought, but he goes for turn 1. We know he's really fast. Chiwu coming out, a swift unit, and then the Cigar. We know his Cigar is generally on Violent, but we can be surprised.
Yeah, we have to see this Masha. I believe it's going to... Oh, it's not going to be a Masha. Interesting. So we're going to be going with the double strip here. We've got the Moor, we've got the Juno being drafted. And I think these are 2 great picks for DRMZJOSEPH here.
Yeah, I love this. The holy trinity of elements, you know, one of each. And now the Ragdoll and Volantis coming out. You know what? The Juno's still really strong. The Veromos is a great pick, actually, but I would love to see a Vertihil. You know, a Vertihil is so strong into this. The Fire Monkey, too, I don't know if it's enough to survive. Maybe instead of the Veromos, I would like a Verd, but 2 very strong picks.
I know what my hat wants to say here, but I'm going to get a lot of flack for it if I go ahead and say Ragdoll's not that great. Everybody's going to hate me once again. But again, like, I don't know, I can't help but think like Ragdoll's not super impactful, but there's a lot of critting out there. So I get it. It's going to work out for him. Big V taking that Volantis Ragdoll. It's still working here. We've got this one last pick for Big V.
Yeah, I didn't know you moonlighted as a stand-up comedian, my friend Stoic. I love you. I'm kidding. The Ragdoll is definitely way less powerful than it used to be. You can't just like first pick Ragdoll in RTA nowadays, but still very powerful unit into a lot of AoE. The Annabelle swapping sides. Okay, question right now. If you're Big V, are you afraid of this Juno or are you afraid of this monkey?
I think you're afraid of the Juno more. I think Juno is something that you really got to worry about. It's really going to disrupt everything that is. And I feel like that Annabelle even says that Juno's probably going to get the ban here.
I agree with you. The thing with Joseph right now is if you let him have the whole combo, at least you have to remove this Annabelle because she is the heal. Oh, he opts for the other Juno, quote unquote. The Veromos goes out. I really like drafts on both sides, but I favor Joseph a little bit more if he doesn't get fully reduced, obviously. We know that Cigars can be crazy.
Yep, let's see what happens. And that Fire Monkey King can be extremely crazy as well. But again, let's see what happens here because we need to get a full strip here, and we do get a lot of glancing landing on the field as well. So very much in the favor of Big V. Despair Stun does go out on top of the Shiwu, though.
Yeah, he missed a couple important strips right there, and now he can go for the reset on this Oliver to completely nullify the unit, or he can go greedy and go on the monkey. He goes on the safe one, resisted though, but the Death Break can come in with this proc, and then lots of damage from Ragdoll.
Yep, I agree. He's going to try and get that defense break on top of that more. He's really going to try and take advantage of it. We need to see a Despair Stun come out here. No Despair Stun's going to be happening. Big skill, too. He's going to be coming in more, taking a lot of damage, though. No additional turn from that Ragdoll, of course. A little bit of damage happening right here. Nice AoE, a lot of dots, a lot of negative effects on the field. Juno is going to be healing up just a little bit, though.
I really like the targeting from both sides. You want to remove that more, and on the other side, you want to get rid of the reset, Death Break. It's the enabler of the damage, and the Monkey shows he's ready for that. Joseph, very important step towards this match. Now you basically kill this more. You're not worried about him. Volantis is going to be so important moving forward.
Yep, he really is. You can see that. Oh my god, the 2-turn sleep is going to be landing true. On top of that, Oliver, we're going to see new Despair Stuns coming out of this Juno. Not just yet.
Yeah, I love to see the targeting on Joseph. He knows this Chu is a little bit squishier, and you don't want to make this Volantis stun you in the counter, so he goes for a Death Break and a big proc. The Monkey is coming on top. We said we really like this draft. Joseph playing it to perfection. This stun on the Juno is actually delicious because she gets that speed buff on her face. Can he land the Death Break on the Volantis? Misses it, but it's so much damage.
It's a lot of damage. We knew this Fire Monkeying was definitely going to be a problem here, and it's providing a lot of utility and a lot of damage for DRMZJOSEPH. A big thorn in Big V's side right now with this Fire Monkey.
Nice wordplay, my friend, and let me tell you something. Joseph just might have locked one win right here. A proc from the Monkey, completely unnecessary because actually puts him in a more difficult position, but takes game 2 by Joseph.
A great draft from Joseph and well piloted there, Seppi.
Yes, sir, and let me tell you that ban, not banning either the Monkey or Juno, it's so much damage. Like, the Veramos is a problem, definitely. It brings heals, you know, but a Veramos doesn't hit hard like a Juno or a Monkey.
Yep. You know what? You want to know what the issue here was? I watched the Ragdoll do nothing.
You did say something along the lines of that.
Hey, let me tell you something. The Ragdoll dealt a lot of damage and killed them more, so he might have been the best monster on that side.
Sure, sure.
You know, I've forgotten how
To
much...
each their own.
Yeah,
Seppi.
to
No,
each their own.
but jokes aside, a very important thing is whenever you play Volantis, and we have seen this from other players like True Will, done very well, he generally picks the Juno earlier and brings the Volantis. We know when you bring a Volantis that a Juno is one of the best counter picks, so I think Big V got a little bit confident in there and didn't prepare very well, set the stage for that Volantis to shine.
Well said.
Well, let's see what happens. We got more Connell coming up for DRMZJOSEPH. Laura as the first pick for Big V, looking to capitalize on these other 2 units. Volantis and Oliver are the pre-bans.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Cardinal this early, but you know, like we said, he has a more limited box. He has to make choices. The Annabelle is a quick reply, and the segment contesting for turn 1. 2 very high base speed units, but Stoic, no speed lead so far, so it means that he really trusts his runes.
Yep, definitely trusting his runes, and we know Segment can be that unit without a speed lead, has that ability to take turn 1 here, but I do think Big V needs some really nice damage deals to really round out this draft here, because he's got to be careful with bringing not as much damage. Raccoon Raccoon is an excellent unit in this case right now, because if you don't bring high damage, Raccoon is going to be a problem.
I really like the Etna pick in here because it tells you I don't need to ban this Annabelle. I can go against it. The Kinky comes in. I don't know if I'm a big fan in this matchup. I think there's a lot of ways that you can get rid of him, but if he brings something besides it, like a Riley, you know, like the Shizuka, then it might be a very, very strong pick.
I'll tell you what, Kinky's a lot better than Ragdoll right now here, and I kind of do like this Vertial for Big V, but again, I do think Raccoon is going to be a problem because that's not a ton of damage and volatility coming from Big V.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I really like the 2 high base speed units on both sides. The Shiho coming in as the last pick is very strong. If you don't ban that speed lead, one of those units can take turn 1 and create a lot of trouble.
Yep, let's see what happens. That Water Monkeying is going to get the ban. Laura is going to get the ban as well. We'll see what happens here because there is no speed lead on the side of Big V, but a speed lead on the side of DRMZJOSEPH. He should be able to still outspeed this segment with that Ethna.
I agree with you. The thing is, can the Etna guarantee that this... What? The segment outspeeds without a speed lead. Oh my God. Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. Well, there's that 3rd skill going out on top of the Kano. That's the unit he chose to reset here. So we still get Ethna's ability. It gets resisted.
Ooh, gets the resist and the reset on the other side. I think that the plan kind of changed a lot. We know that this Kinky is on Violent and the Vertihil has no way of being controlled. So right now you have to give the turn back to the Raccoon so he can cleanse the step break and keep the Cardinal alive until he gets his turns back.
Yep, and that's exactly what's happening right there. Raccoon using that second skill on itself here. Provoke's going to be landing out on this field. Does a land.
Oh, what a big proc from the Annabelle. He chose the targeting perfectly. And now she can AoE or she can play it safe. She goes for the safe play. And we're good with that.
Yeah, definitely the safe play. I think he needed to heal himself up. As much as I wanted to see that third skill lay out there and get some big opportunities here, but we do have the Curse, the Beautiful. Well, we had the Curse of the Beautiful. It didn't do anything.
The
here,
Curse
though.
of the Beautiful exists. Was it effective? We'll refrain from talk about that.
I still think he has to go with the second skill right here, but opting to go with the first skill there on top of the Raccoon. But I would like to see, oh, he really wants to capitalize off the third skill with the Annabelle, so he's going to be holding on to that with a Shadow coming out here and really not getting a ton of value.
The
Double
counter.
revenge is happening there.
No. Lady RNG once again says, no, my friend. And let me tell you something. The Laura ban, I understand how oppressive that unit can be, but Sekhmet is just destroying Joseph this match. The Sekhmet pick was really smart, and he wasn't expecting it to take turn one without a
Here
speed
comes
lead,
that
right?
damage. Oh, man. Ethna's looking so low right now, and the Raccoon, he's got to pump those skill 2s into himself here. And, of course, we've got the defense breaks laying across this Connell and more as well. Not looking good for Dreams Joseph.
Oh, I was going to say now he needs to pray for the Annabelle to not pop off, but she does. Gets the heal in, protects the Vertihil, and now you have a huge wall to climb. Very difficult moment. Is this Edna on Violent, maybe? Like, that's why she got outspeed? I don't know.
I have no clue, but this is looking really, really bad for Dreams Joseph right now. He's trying to find a window of opportunity, and he's not really finding him right now. Because there goes that Ethna. Ethna's going to be dropping here. We've got defense breaks in the perfect spots for this Occult Girl. Third skill goes out, and that's definitely going to be it for Dreams Joseph here in this round number 3.
Yeah. So far, Stoic, people that have drafted better have taken the matches. Let's be honest, this draft from Big V was very well-rounded. The Annabelle was very difficult to deal with. The Sekhmet, right, Evan?
Oh, yeah, the draft was impeccable from Big V, and now all of a sudden he's sitting at match point. What does Joseph have to do to bring this back, Stoic?
I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough because, like we said before, not having all those meta-relevant units, it really puts you in a rough position where Big V's not having that similar struggle. So Big V gets to ban and take advantage of his opponent here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Stoic. The point right now is on the second match, he dealt very well with what Big V offered. Maybe he can do something similar to that with a couple changes, because I'm sure Big V has noticed what that pattern was, and now he bans the Juno. That was a big problem. So now he only has the Monkey to deal with the Volantis strategy.
Yep, well, let's see what happens, because we're probably going to be seeing that Volantis going into this match right here. Laura's going to be banned out as well. First pick is coming to Dreams Joseph.
Yeah, I would love to see that, Oliver. Very strong unit. You don't want to leave it to Big V, but Big V can still bring the reset from other win units, like the Chung Pong, like the Cigar that we've seen it, and a very strong fire unit that's been performing amazingly well today, Sekhmet.
Or a Sekhmet that doesn't need a speed lead in the end. Like, it's just so crazy.
Once again, relying on the Annabelle, and very early. It's like I'm watching the EU Cup. That's where normally you see the Annabelle early picked. The Masha is an interesting pick. Not super strong into the Annabelle, but has the protection from the immunity on itself and from its passive.
Yeah, I'm loving this back and forth Annabelle play where Dreams Joseph played it, Big V took it, and here we are again. And this Volantis, we knew the Volantis was coming to the field when we saw that Juno ban there. And I do think this Kinky is a very, very good pick here, because right now it has been revenging at perfect times here, landing those defense breaks, causing a lot of problems with Dreams Joseph, so I'm a fan of this Kinky.
Yeah, there's only one reset on the field. I think that there's a lot of options right here. You know what? The Hagang versus this Volantis might be really good, but then you have to ban the Sekhmet and take whatever the last pick is, right? And we know like that Vanilla might be still a unit that is super strong in this match.
It is, when you've laid down a couple passives in there. We've got quite a few passives in there.
The Oblivion.
That Doc Pure Vanilla is definitely a great unit that he could be dropping in here, but I think it would be an automatic ban, in my opinion, if he does choose to do that. So let's see what Big V is going to be doing.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. Couple fire units. He can bring another water unit as well. There's only one reset on the field. If you ban the Oliver and bring an Abellio, it's also a very oppressive monster into this. The Nikki double Occult Girl is like, you pre-banned the Laura, I will bring 2 of her sisters.
Yep. We'll play a little bit of double Occult Girl later on, Seppi. I'll show you how powerful this can be. This is going to be insane. I really hope this is something that does go through, but I think it's extremely scary. We could be seeing a, a Vero ban once again. We saw that in previous before because he already banned out the Juno. Oh, no, he banned out the Vero and then left the Juno through, but the Juno's pre-banned. The Vero's probably going to get banned out in this match right here.
Yeah, I'm expecting... Oh, the Oliver, interesting. He didn't want to deal with a reset on 2 units. I like the Nikki ban. I think Nikki was going to be too oppressive. The damage into the Death Break. We have 2 options of AoE Death Break, so it was going to be a very strong unit. Match point for Big V. Here we go. Sekhmet taking turn 1. Who will she reset?
Immunity on the other side of the field as well. I think you kind of have to go for the reset on top of that Masha, stopping that unit from doing anything crazy. Here we go. We do land that reset. Gets that slow, though, on top of that Sekhmet.
Yeah, and the good thing is you can save that skill too right now. You can go for a strip and stun, and he hits it on the main unit you want to hit it to. Do you give the turn back to Veramos to go for a stun? Yes, sir! Yeah. Gets it on the Annabelle. Look at Veramos showing up in the biggest stage on Earth.
Yeah, DRMZJOSEPH definitely staying alive right now, putting Big V on the back foot with those Despair stuns out there. No additional turns going to be popping out. We know this is a violent Kinky. It's not a Despair Kinky, so we're not going to see any trick Despair stuns happening here.
Yeah, very good point. The Veramos doing some work. If he procs right here, he can remove a unit, but he doesn't. The thing is, the Annabelle will come online if he doesn't get stunned right now. Does he go for it? Yes!
Oh, man.
A beautiful targeting choice on the Annabelle. He goes for it, though. She doesn't proc. Now it's going to be everything on Veramos and Raccooni's hands to keep their team alive. Give the turn back to this Masha, and you can go ham on removing this Sekhmet from the field. No greed shown from Joseph.
Yeah, none at all. So much damage coming out of that Masha, able to remove the unit from the field here. We've got this Light Druid Volantis looking to try and do anything that he can, but the biggest problem here is this Veramos and this Raccoon bringing out way too much sustain for Big V.
Yes, sir. The Annabelle is finally going to take a turn, but the question is, do you play risky or do you just heal?
Honestly, I think he's at a point where he has to play risky. I want to see that 3rd skill hit the floor, and then he has that 2nd skill primed and ready.
The best of both worlds! He was due a proc, and he gets it. A lot of damage.
One defense break's going to land on the field, though.
Yeah. Oh! 1 HP on the Mar! Can he save it? No proc from the Raccoon, a proc from the Masha? No, sir. But the heals come in. The Veramos doing silent work. Carrying the load of keeping its team alive. Keeps hitting. Can he get something that I'm not going to call it? Because if I say it, it's going to be my fault.
Oh, well, let's see what happens, because this Annabelle's trying to take a turn here, but no additional turns and no sleep's going to be happening there. Beautiful Despair stuns, though. Looks like DRMZJOSEPH really finding his opening here with all that sustain.
Everything on Kinky. Kinky has to be so clutch in here with a Death Break into a proc, because if you don't proc, the Veramos and the Raccoon will cleanse the team and keep them alive. The Masha misses, but keeps winding down and getting lots of damage on this Volantis. Once you kill the Volantis this game, the proc that we talked about.
That's a really big proc there. He's able to drop a unit. Looking a little bit better for Big V right now, though.
Yeah, this is a very close match. Any proc on each side can define it. Let's see if the Masha also gets a proc on her side. No proc from Annabelle. One touch. You don't even need to use the skill, but he uses it to get some healing in there. Gets countered, gets another proc, and gets the skill back.
I think Masha can potentially end this thing. We'll see what happens, though. Does get a beautiful stun. No 2nd skills available on this Masha, so he's going to keep coming away. Oh, he does get that destroy. 2nd skills available with a kill on that Volantis. Looking a lot better right now.
Agility from the Raccoon. He doesn't even need to use it, or he can give it to Veramos to get the 2nd skill back. Keeps dealing damage. Can she crit? No, she doesn't land the Death Break, and the heal from Annabelle comes out. This is a super close match.
I feel like he's got to keep going at this Masha. He has to get this dismount because he's able to violent proc. This could be absolutely huge. Not violent procking here. We got more damage coming toward the Annabelle. Annabelle's trying to get rid of beautiful stuns on both those units on Big V's side of the field right now. He's going to keep pummeling away the damage on top of that Annabelle, though.
I love the targeting on DRMZJOSEPH's side again. focusing the right units one by one. The biggest threats are falling. He's taking deep breaths. The hit doesn't work for the Annabelle. Damage coming in. Can the Masha kill her?
Needs to crit water. He's got to go in.
Yes!
Does get that kill there. And that's got to be it, though. I know the Kinky's going to be really tough to deal with, though. So I think he has to honestly open up with a second skill here. Doesn't choose to open up with a second skill.
Yeah, if he gets a stun with Veramos, the game's over. But he doesn't. Damage still coming out. This Masha hits so hard that doesn't even proc the passive.
It's a lot of damage, though.
So much damage.
Is there an additional turn coming out of Masha? No additional turn. He's got to go second skill. I think he has to go second skill. He has to.
Yeah, you got to drop her. You got to guarantee a drop. He's thinking about it. He doesn't want it. And 1 HP. The Masha survives. No death break on the way back. The Masha bringing it. Not enough damage. Gets countered, but the Veramos. Yes, sir.
That's enough damage.
2-2.
Man.
Like a true champion, DRMZJOSEPH gets game number 4, and we get our first best of 5 all the way.
Joseph showing that he has what it takes to take on Big V, but is he going to take it in the long run? Both players at match point right now. Let's ask the audience, who do you think has this next one? Wow.
There's a big V crowd over here. Let's see if DRMZJOSEPH can adapt on this game, and now showing he could play without the Juno, right, Stoic?
Yeah, he definitely can, and that Veramos was super impactful. There's that ban going out on that Kinky. Doesn't want to see it. Big V doesn't want to see that Oliver either, though.
I like the adaptation. The only problem is that now you have to deal with that Laura for sure, and you're gonna have to find a way to not have to go against the triple girls. We might see the Laura segment into Annabelle Nikki.
We might see that Hay gang as well, because Big V was pre-banning out that Hay gang, and we might see it going into this match, and we're gonna see that bread and butter come back with DRMZJOSEPH. We've got the Moa, we've got the Masha coming back in here.
The best ruined units. I love that. Go with what you know, and then adapt to what your opponent is doing. Let's see what Big V brings to the table. Will he go with also something that he feels secure about? Yeah, we called it. Annabelle and Sekhmet. They've been working great for him. In the last match, the Annabelle was controlled, but he's like, that cannot happen twice.
Oh, let's see what happens. Annabelle and Sekhmet come back to the table. Raccoony and Camilla, I do think that's a strong draft here. It's very, very difficult to deal with both these units, and it worked out very, very well for DRMZJOSEPH in the past.
Yeah, I prefer the Raccoony to the Juno here because there's so much AoE and double AoE death break, and oh my god, a lot of passives, 4 to be exact. And if you pick a Juno, it's 5, so Oblivion is on the table, the Dark Pure Vanilla, and an Asima showing off without any immunity.
So
Great
that
pick.
Asima is a fantastic pick right there, because I feel like we all know that Dark Pure Vanilla is not making it way through. But at the same time,
oh, I loved the Asima, actually.
Too.
I loved, he goes for the safest, let's say, because the Nikki brings more sustain to the table. You know, like you said, maybe the Dark Pure Vanilla is getting banned, so you got afraid of the combo not going through, so, you know, trust the player.
Let's also keep in mind, DRMZJOSEPH's drafting completely unwill. There's no will on DRMZJOSEPH's side of the field. We've seen this plenty of times before. I don't even think the Ethna is built on will either, but that's Triple Coco. Triple Coco can be extremely dangerous.
Very good point. Right now, will he continue to ban the Laura or swap it up this time? Yeah, he says, I don't want to play against the Laura.
That's wild.
And it's very interesting because we're going to see a very fast segment taking turn 1, resetting something, then there's going to be heal block coming out from Nikki. Is this a very fast Nikki that just outspeeds Joseph even with a speed lead? Let's find out.
This is wild here. We got this third skill. Let's see if he lands it. Does it stay true? It has to stay on top of this Masha to keep that damage back for DRMZJOSEPH.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, he goes for the more. It's a surprise. Can the Masha remove with a proc right here? No, resisted.
No defense break either. If you saw that, I think Big V would be in a lot of trouble right now if he had gotten that, but he didn't get it here. I think he's going to stay on that segment. He's really trying to get the damage in here. That Oblivion has only one place to go.
Misses, but he has the opportunity to land the Oblivion. Who do you like as a target for it?
I feel like he's got to put it on top of the Raccoony. I know this unit's built on max resistance, but he chooses to put it on top of this Annabelle, this Camilla here. We're going to see this skill 3 into another skill 3, or he has to go back to back with these units.
I think so. I think so. I agree with you.
Oh!
There's a... Oh, It doesn't land anything.
Nothing. We got absolutely
Full
nothing.
res. To be honest, I can almost guarantee you this. Rakuni has 100% res, and the Camilla is very high res, but not landing on the more is a surprise. Oh my God, so much damage.
Imagine if those defense breaks were there, it would have been
No
insane.
stuns on the way back though. He lands the oh, a proc from Masha to finish up the segment. He needs procs from the Rakuni to be back on this match, and he gets it.
Oh,
yes,
man.
sir. Rakuni showing up to the match is everything on the pure vanilla Stoic. He keeps going. He needs the extra turns. If he lands asleep, might change completely the match, and he gets it.
He does get it down. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anymore. But this could be really, really bad if he's able. Oh! I didn't want to say it.
Oh my God, that hurts so
Look at the damage.
much.
Look at this damage.
Can the Masha remove the Nikki or the pure vanilla? He goes for
Got
the
a
Nikki.
Q-Sub.
Oh, but
Beautiful
doesn't
additional turn
land.
there. He's able to get that. Nikki's put down to a very, very low amount of HP. I do believe Annabelle's got skills up the...
No! He deserved! He
Wow.
deserved to keep that monster alive. He finishes it off. He needs a proc from Camilla. It's due. No proc. He will get the heal and everything right now. Lands on Rakuni. Rakuni can go for the himself to try to cleanse, but doesn't get it.
Yep, doesn't get it there. We need that Rakuni to get the additional turns, try and get as much sustain on the field. Same thing with the Camilla. We want to see lots of additional turns at both these units here, but this is very, very tough. I think he has to just go with the skill 2. Use that skill 2, get that slow off your Nikki. That's got to go. There's no way you don't use that.
So many resistances coming out of
What?
this Nikki. And
What?
this Nikki just keep procking and no procs on the Rakuni and the Camilla. Now there's an opening for the Oblivion. He can even go for skill 3 and then
Wow.
reduce. The slow is so hurtful. Lots of damage. The Masha, please land a death break.
Doesn't
doesn't.
land that death break, doesn't
It
get the
doesn't.
additional turn. If he had gotten that additional turn or
Yeah.
that defense breaks, he'd be regretting not using that skill 2 cleanse on himself.
Everything's on the Rakuni right now, so he has to try to throw it on her again. Oh, he misplayed. You had to throw it on the Rakuni, so he couldn't cleanse it. Throws it on the Rock unit. There's an opening for Joseph. Give it to the
massive
Masha.
opening for
Give it to
Joseph
the
here.
Masha right now, or you can give it to the Camilla and pray for a proc. Gives it to the Camilla.
Wow, gives it to Camilla. Camilla
Pray
can
for
have
a
enough to
proc.
boost his unit up
No.
here. No proc, and now he has that skill 2 to heal himself
Missed
up
a
there.
crit.
No additional turns going to be popping out here. Annabelle with a very dangerous first skill.
The RNG is saying no.
Goes in with the skill 3. Does land defense breaks on
He
top of this
needs a
Camilla,
proc.
though.
He's due a proc at this point. No proc.
Proc's going to be coming. We do have, I believe, Nikki with that third skill available in some very low units on the side of Dreams with another additional turn here popping out here for Big V with skill 2 available. Obviously to place the Oblivion on top of this Rakuni this time. Does land it.
Now he plays it right. The Camilla has to land this.
Wow.
100% res. Nothing gets on this Nikki. The Nikki is definitely the MVP in here. So much damage. Takes it home. Big V with big damage from the Nikki. A proc from the Masha to try to finish her. And this Nikki is unkillable.
Unkillable indeed. It's crazy to see how far this Nikki's lasted here. And it's just more additional turns coming out of this first skill, man. Absolutely insane. Occult Girls Are Wild. Round 5 going to Big V.
And it's Big V!
打到第5局了，紧张不？还好，还好，搜搜搜搜。